You have referred to the policy of assassination by drones as one of the United States' most effective tools in combating militancy. Now, obviously, there have been some moral and legal questions raised, but some have also raised questions about the efficacy, particularly in Yemen, where it appears to have driven a number of key tribal leaders into alliance with Al-Qaeda. Do you still believe that on balance, drone strikes still serve U.S. strategic interest? And has the New York Times Freedom of Information Act request of the Obama administration's targeting decisions provide any insights?
Well, we're still trying to get more information from that FOIA request, Stephen. I think what we've seen in countries like Pakistan and Yemen and Somalia is that as a tactic, drones have largely been very effective in taking out key leaders. To be sure, in each of those countries, there have been mistakes made that, as you said, have been counterproductive in it's pushed some of the groups that were on the ground, maybe that were fence-sitters, over to the side of the extremist group, the Al-Qaeda affiliate. The danger, I think, in Washington is, as they've seen the success of these, particularly in places like Pakistan, is to think we can use this not just as a tactic, but drones can be a strategy unto themselves. And that really just won't work as a long-term prospect. I think this administration, what it's tried to do in countries like Yemen and Pakistan, is to go in with small number of advisors, be they military advisors, CIA advisors, or whatever, and try and build up the indigenous security forces so they can fight the threat, not the United States. We've seen that in some of the African countries as well, North African countries where this has been the problem. The trouble is, this is a long-term solution. What happens in the short term? If you're John Brennan, President Obama's counterterrorism czar, what do you do about that intelligence report that says there is a plot that's cooking right now about somebody who's going to get on an airplane and try and blow themselves up? That long-term strategy doesn't impact that. And so that's where they reach out to that tool, whether it be a drone or a commando raid, and unfortunately there's blowback from that. And the challenge for this administration, and any administration for that matter, is weighing those short-term consequences of dealing with an immediate threat to the security of the United States and its interests, that longer-term solution, and how one is not necessarily going to support the other. It's a great challenge right now.